I don't know when. I don't know when it is.
It's
There it is. Go.
actually now. It's actually now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to SBKLive number 8. I think this is number 8, right? Is this number 8?
Title. It says on the title. And
Something
you're
like
yeah,
that?
somewhere like that.
I think I need to actually make sure that what's his name, Billy and Freddie are actually in the overlay because I don't think they are. Yeah, because I don't think they are for some reason because XSplit and Twitch don't work well together. But before we actually get into that, I just want to welcome everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Before the show started, again, we are kind of doing the show a little bit differently, a little bit adding a little bit more production value as it goes. I guess that's a word for it. Freddie, why are you laughing?
Yeah, you're raising the production value of the show.
Right? That's what. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Billy's face.
What? Just with Billy's face? Because apparently Freddie doesn't have a face.
Oh yeah, I'm in Billy's window. You don't have a face from me either.
Yeah, but I have a face in the stream.
Right on my window.
I know.
I have a face in the stream. Watch this. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this live on stream. I'm gonna add them into the.
Sorry, I'm just reading her old.
into the actual picture. You're gonna see it. And you're gonna see it go down. Look at this. Everyone watch. This is live editing right here.
Let me put a shirt on.
No,
Kid,
wrong
I don't
one.
wear shirts.
I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Now I can move it down.
There's Billy.
All right. I think he's over the chat now. 1 second. There we go. There we go. That's better. Fix it.
Look at us.
I moved the chat window over. Now I got to move that. See, this is stupid.
Chat window.
There we go. All right, I got it. I know I fixed it. See, that's what I'm talking about with XSplit. It's stupid. Like I had everything set up, and all I did was switch the scene, and it doesn't show Billy's. It didn't show Billy's face in the chat window because I had minimized it and maximized it. Just like whenever I'm playing League of Legends, whenever it goes in from the game to like the pregame lobby, it doesn't always show up. It goes black for some reason, and you have to actually just capture the whole entire desktop.
Have you tried OBS yet?
I have, but I don't like it. But anyway, that's beside the point. We're going to get the show started. Obviously, you guys saw that one of the topics tonight is going to be Netflix itself. If you guys don't know, Netflix, it was confirmed that they're raising their prices. And actually, it was kind of weird. I think one of us thinks that it's okay. Another one of us thinks that it's bogus. I personally think that Netflix is a ripoff, and I actually canceled them a while ago. So this should be actually a pretty good discussion. But I want to talk about that first, and then we're going to get into like crazy people, because some people are crazy, and they go through all kinds of measures and lengths to do things. So let's get right into it. Freddie, you are actually on the side of Netflix raising their prices being a good thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it could be a good thing. That's what I said. But yeah, I think it could be. If they start, I heard that they were raising prices because the movies were getting really expensive and stuff like that. And, if they raise the prices, then they get extra money to get better movies quicker.
Right.
And if that happens, I will pay $20 a month if I can get really good movies.
$20 a month? You'd be willing to pay $20 a month
if there was
Netflix.
Good movies, a lot, yes. But I doubt that would happen.
There's not enough good new movies coming out.
How much is it to go to the movies to see, or how much is it to go to like Walmart or wherever you get DVDs at nowadays, and buy one DVD or Blu-ray?
$10 to $20.
To rent one, to watch a one-time red box, $1.
$1, yeah.
To own it, $10 to $20 every movie.
Yeah, see, and then that's if you just put that towards Netflix, you have all the movies and all the shows that they put out.
Well, until they get rid of them.
They don't do that though, really.
No,
you also have to have an internet connection to watch it. First off, well, I mean, most people do on their phones or on their computers, tablets, whatever. But $20 a month to have a limited source, like for instance,
it's not going to be $20. I said I would.
I know, and it's not even. It's the price plan for those of you that don't know isn't even confirmed to be upwards of over 10. I just read something that it may be around 10 to 12. And the people that have had Netflix will be paying a reduced price. So probably, I'm thinking instead of 8, it's probably going to be $10 a month.
And other people that are just getting the plan will probably be 12.
Right. So it should be somewhere around that price point, which isn't ridiculous, but
I think it's still a good price.
But with the whole the way that Netflix has been putting movies and stuff like that in as it goes right now, they really would have to like ramp up their selection.
Yeah.
in order to like to really justify a change in cost. You know what I mean? Like,
but then again, they have 2 really good original series that you can only watch on Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're really good. If they keep making good ones like that, not
what are we talking about? We're talking about House of Cards and Orange is the New Black. Okay,
yes,
both of
they
them.
keep putting out them
And
every
Arrested
once in a while.
Development.
Is
That's
that
true.
Netflix only? Oh, now it is, right?
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah. The first one they did wasn't good. I don't Hemlock Grove or whatever. But I like them. They're good. If they keep putting them out every couple months, all of them at the same time, oh my god. Great.
And just to mention, Halsey in the chat said that Netflix right now that the price point's at, it's $96 a year, so it's almost about the price of Amazon Prime. And the reason that I like Amazon Prime instead of Netflix isn't so much for the instant viewing; it's for the
2-day free shipping.
The 2-day free shipping, of course.
Have you saw the
and the better
library on
selection?
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it's not that great. It's
No,
very,
it's not
very.
The
it's
good
very
movies
limited.
you have to buy.
Right.
So I bought a couple movies while having Amazon Prime, and
But
it's the same exact price.
What even with that though is Netflix, like their selection, while they may have 2 original series and their selection might be all right, it's not fantastic. It's not over the top. Like, wow, everything I ever wanted to watch is on Netflix. Most of the time I found while I had it, when I went to watch something, they didn't have it. Like I would be like, oh man, I really want to watch this. And I went to watch it and I couldn't find it. Whereas any other time, if I was just like, I have no idea what I want to watch, let's see what's on Netflix, I could probably find something. And it's not going to be something that I'm like, oh man, I really, really wanted to watch that. And that's why I canceled Netflix, because it was never like, wow, they have all these movies that I'm going to have a list and go through. I don't know if you guys remember, but before when they did like, they were really big on the DVD shipping. When you paid the extra couple dollars to have the one DVD at a time, like that's where Netflix like started. And then they had some instant viewing. Like the ones that you could get shipped to you were like the new movies and new releases. And so like you'd make a list and you'd stack up your queue, and every time you watched one and sent it back, they'd send you the next one, which was awesome because it was always the newer movies.
Yeah, but they still have that.
They do, but it's still not as good.
Yeah, it used to be included with, you got instant streaming and 1 DVD a month. And then they decided to separate those and raise the prices and charge separately for streaming and separately for DVDs, and almost everyone canceled their DVD subscription because the instant streaming was the big thing.
Right.
So they lost a ton of money. So hopefully this works out better. I don't want them to raise the prices. I feel like right now they have a good selection. I'm not really picky. Obviously I like new movies, but they got a lot of old movies that I really like watching over and over again. Like they got The Breakfast Club on there now. Like The Breakfast Club is so fucking good. It's such a good movie.
They have every
episode
of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, every episode of Breaking Bad, every episode of Lost. Like there's so many good TV shows.
Sons of Anarchy, except for the newest season. They have Walking Dead. They have Dexter.
Dude,
they have a lot of good movies.
It's all about the TV shows. And I also like documentaries a lot. And they've got a ton of documentaries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, so for me that makes it worth it for the price.
But does it make it worth the increase in price?
Yeah.
I mean, it would still be the best valued product out there for what it does.
$10, man. That's great.
Like the value you're getting for your dollar, like entertainment wise, if you use Netflix as much as I do, is still like astronomically like good value. Like it's ridiculous. Like even if I'm paying $12 a month for it, I easily watch more than 48 hours worth of Netflix in a month.
Okay.
Like no problem.
All right, so here's the flip side to paying an increased $12. So like I said, I canceled mine because I couldn't justify it anymore. It was $8 a month that I just wasn't watching enough. And on top of that, most of the time, any new movie or TV show that I want to see or that I missed, I can get in a few minutes.
Many blades.
Illegally.
Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever
Stop
seen?
stealing things. You're a billionaire. Why are you doing this?
Because it's easy. My point goes back to it being easy. Like for instance, when I missed episode 2 of the newest season of Game of Thrones, I missed it because whatever. I forget what we were doing. We might have been playing whatever. But whenever I missed it, I watched it the very next day. I downloaded it that night in probably 4 minutes.
Wait, so do you have HBO?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go onto HBO Go and watch it?
Because my
They don't
point,
put it up right away, do they?
my point is,
No, it goes up the minute the show goes live.
my point is that whenever I want to watch it on my computer, I have to sign into HBO Go, and I got to do all that. And I'm just using Game of Thrones as an example because it was literally, I downloaded it like a minute after it was done viewing, and I downloaded it and went and we watched it the next day. But my point is that no matter what the movie is, if you wait a month, which is way before it's going to be on Netflix, like a new movie that comes out, like for instance, The Hobbit, the newest Hobbit, just now came out on DVD, like what, a month ago now, and it was out in theaters in December. So like a Blu-ray copy of it was out 3 months before it was out in stores for you to buy, and then it's going to be even longer before it's on any streaming site. Well, depending on the site. But my point is that like, why pay $8, $10, $12 for a streaming site, you know, something like that, where you can get it for free always?
It was illegal.
Well, I mean, they could be like, why should I have to pay for gas at the pump when I could just pump the gas and leave and not pay for it?
Because that doesn't work anymore.
You
That
can't
doesn't
compare
work.
paying for a service to stealing
Why am I
the
gonna
products
go?
and services
Why am I
off.
gonna go? You know, buy a bottle of soda when I could just put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
But, you know, but see, that's okay. If
Do
you know anyone personally that has gone to jail or has gotten arrested for watching a movie online?
No,
Not-
but
not
I know people
reproducing
who
it.
personally work on movies, and then when you steal them, they don't make their money.
Well, if
and
you
they can't
download the
hire
wrong copy, right, and it's not even the wrong copy, they, your ISP will flag it. You get an email, and then I don't know what happens after at that point. I don't know if your prices go up or whatever, because I'm not dumb enough to do one of them. But people do, and it's hard to know if like the ISPs flag them or not. Usually you check the comments and it says it, but
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't know honestly, but.
My point of saying that is that, and we talked about this before, I think in a previous episode, maybe on Sunday Sit Down a long time ago, is that the whole downloading music, movies, and things like that, no matter what it is, even if you're like, well, you're downloading it instead of buying it, and that's not helping the artist, the way that whole thing is set up anyway, if you watch it and you tell somebody about it, even if they go and download it, or if they tell somebody else about it and they watch it or they buy it, it's still helping that product, whether it's music or movies. It doesn't matter. The exposure from you watching it, no matter how you got it.
The difference between music and movies, though, is music is ridiculously priced. Well, you can't just really get like all the music you want on your phone to go, you know, running or go to the gym or whatever you do with your music. You have to pay. How much is each song? If you wanted to put it all on your phone without Pandora.
If you didn't, if you bought it,
yeah.
I mean, most of the time
songs.
they're a dollar a piece. Most of the time.
I know. It's just music is easier and it's better because you don't have to spend $20, $50 to get a phone full of music. Movies, you can go to Netflix, you can just buy them, you can go to Redbox. It's different between music and.
But the
I don't
concept of
condone downloading either of them. I think that
But you do
if
it.
you like an artist and they have an album, you should buy their album.
Yeah.
If there's a movie you like, you should just buy the movie or watch it on Netflix.
Right.
If there's movies you want to see, go rent it for $1 at Redbox. Like, people get
Then I
paid to
gotta
work on
get
these
off.
things, and when you
I gotta
steal
get
things, people lose their jobs. It legitimately happens.
My point of it is that for music, if it's an artist that I like, that I know that I'm going to like it, I'll buy it. For instance, Memphis May Fire just put out a new album, and it came out 2 weeks ago. Whether either of you know them, it doesn't matter. But I went specifically out that day when it came out and got it. I bought it, brought it home, listened to it, because I knew I was going to want it. I knew I was going to like it. If it's a movie that I haven't seen yet, that I may or may not like, I'm not going to pay to see it, because there's a good chance that I won't ever watch it again if I don't like it. Now, if it comes out and I like it, or I went to the theater and I saw it, and then it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, I'm going to buy it if I loved it, if I want to watch it, you know, whenever I want, because that's the way art and that kind of thing works. Like, you're going to put the money into where you want it, even if you got it illegally. Like, so again,
Have you ever bought a movie after you downloaded it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, absolutely. If it's something now. Previously, that was a lot of a bigger thing. Like, I'd download a movie or CD or something like that, and I'd like it, and I'd be like, oh, this is a movie that I have to see on my TV, or I have to have it in my DVD collection. I would do that. Whereas now, everything's just Insta-stream, so it's a lot harder to justify that. Whenever you're like, well, I just downloaded it, it's a Blu-ray copy, I can just hit play 2, and it'll play it right to my Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a lot harder now because of how easy it is to put one filed from device to device. But previously, and I still will do it on occasion. Like if I see a movie, for instance, I just saw the new Captain America movie in theater, and so when that comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, like I'm going to get that movie because it was fantastic. Whether or not I download it whenever someone rips it and puts it up is a different story. Because if I want to watch it, I'll probably get it and then watch it on my computer, TV, whatever. But I'm still going to want to get it when it comes out, so I have a copy. It's just the way I am with Marvel movies. Like I have every single one. Same thing with like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, like those kinds of movies that I'm like, well, I want that in my library. I'm gonna watch it whenever I can. I'm gonna put the money into it, and I'm actually gonna help that film or that artist, the people that worked on it, by telling everyone that I know about how good it was. When I went to see Captain America, the first thing I did was tweet about how good it was because I liked it, because that's what kind of person I am. Like if I see something I enjoy, I'm gonna share it with someone else, because I'm going to want them to have the same reaction.
Yeah, but see, the majority of people who download movies, let's say, they don't go out and buy the movies.
You're
They
right.
don't say, hey man, this movie was really good, you should buy it. They say, hey man, this movie was really good, you should go download it.
Here's a link.
They say,
Here's the
say,
file.
here's where you can get it from. You know what I mean? Here's my USB flash drive.
Yeah, and I
Watch this
agree.
movie.
I agree.
And movies are expensive. And obviously everyone knows movies are expensive.
Well, they're also too expensive, if we're just going to be honest.
No, I mean, they're expensive to make.
They're also too expensive to make because of the pay that the actors get, but that's beside the point.
Well, no, it's all advertising budget. That's where all the money goes. Is to advertise to people, to get people to buy the movies.
The
instead of
A-list movies with A-list actors, they get paid a ton of money to be in those movies.
They don't make as much money as, like, they get paid a lot of money, but it's
Yes.
nothing compared to the marketing budget. Half of a movie's budget goes into marketing,
Sure.
almost every time.
But my point is that even with those actors, that's a ton of money that one person is making just to be in the movie. And I'm not taking away from actors' skill or whatever, because I think like movies is one of my biggest like passions. Like I love movies and cinema and all that. So like I'm not taking away from that. I'm saying that like it's almost the same as looking at professional athletes and how much they get paid on a scale of what they actually do.
Do I need to go in and
That's
try to do stuff?
Yeah, but the thing is, those big actors making all that money aren't the people who are going to lose their jobs.
No, you're
for
right.
stealing money from them. It's going to be the person who just got out to LA and wants to work on movies and is making $100 a day sitting in a parking lot making sure nobody breaks into anybody's car. It's going to be that person who doesn't break into the industry.
Yeah.
Billy's mad because he was that person before.
No, I mean, but I have friends. I have a bunch of friends who, that's the situation they're in. Like, people aren't hiring because everything gets stolen. Just like I have friends who work in the
everyone still
music
makes money.
industry who don't get paid shit because people keep stealing all the albums people are making. Like, billions of dollars worth of music gets stolen from the industry.
They also make billions of dollars.
And that's it goes both ways with that too, is because like you even look in bands like CDs. Like I even looked in Memphis Mayfire's like album art. You know how they give like memoirs and thanks in the back. Like they used to do that in every CD, and that was the big thing when you bought a CD. Like you look and see what they said and whatever. But in the back, like the one guy was like, however you got this album, whether you downloaded it, whether you bought it, stole it, whatever. Like thank you for listening to it. And like that should be the attitude of someone that makes any sort of art. Yeah, it sucks if you don't get paid from it, but at the same time, that person that's listening to it is taking time out of their life to enjoy something that you created.
Yeah, but do you think the artist would rather someone who, and let's say just for like arguing, someone who has a ton of disposable income and can easily spend $10 on a CD, do you think the artist would rather that person who's really well off spend $10 on their album or steal it to listen to it? It's not. I mean, I can understand if you're like, oh man, I'm really strapped for cash. This new album came out. I'm going to download it. If I had some extra money, I'd buy it. But if you're like, oh man, I'd really rather would spend $600 on this Xbox. Let me go steal this CD real quick. It's like, how about you just pick what you want, man? Like, stealing is stealing. That's the way I look at it. I don't like to steal.
Have you ever
I've
downloaded
downloaded
anything?
music. I've downloaded a couple movies because I'm like, oh, this movie might be all right, and I'll watch it, and then I'll go buy it if I like it. But I don't do it regularly. I'd much rather rent it for $1 from Redbox. It just supports the whole industry. Like, you're gonna stop seeing.
Well,
I mean, you'll
renting it
never
from
see because of all the money.
renting it from Redbox doesn't help the industry, because
No,
that's
it does. It 100% does.
How?
Because Redbox has to buy those copies of DVDs from.
Yeah,
the
but they already
distributors.
bought them. They already bought them though. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
how many people rent that movie. Them movies are already bought and in the Redbox. So the
No, but see,
industry's
the
not
thing
going
is,
to make any money again.
But if people looked at it that way, like, oh, I don't want to give money to Redbox, and they stop doing it, then Redbox goes out of business and doesn't buy the DVDs from the distributors.
Redbox
It
won't go out of
100%
business, but
helps
enough
the
people
industry.
do. I'm just saying, you saying that one or a couple people using Redbox over downloading it isn't going to change anything. Them movies are already bought for
No,
Redbox.
if every single person decided Redbox wasn't worth it and to start downloading movies, there'd be
Well,
no
that's not what I'm
Redbox, and
saying.
there'd be millions of dollars of sales lost to the industry.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
Well, that's the case.
but everyone's not gonna. Everyone that uses Redbox isn't gonna.
If you look at anything on a one
you're
person
telling me-
basis, it doesn't matter. You could be, oh, if one person stole, a candy bar from a gas station, they wouldn't realize it was gone. But if everybody just stole candy bars from a gas station, it would go out of business. It's not just one person doing it; it's millions of people doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I see it, like I said, in a way that I see your point. I see the exposure side of both of those things, no matter how the person's getting the artwork, the act, whatever it is, whether it's music, movies, whatever. So like I see the other side of it more than I see the, oh, this is hurting the industry. And like it goes back to, I don't know, like music is completely different than movies, but in the same respect, like I as an artist, music, and someone that loves movies and like wants to really get into that, I would rather a million people steal a movie that I made and not pay for it and see it than not sell one copy of that movie. Like every time, it doesn't matter.
But here's what would happen if you made a movie and a million people watched your movie and really liked it, and none of them paid for it, and it didn't turn a profit. You wouldn't get money to make another movie.
Doesn't matter,
because they'd say, "Oh, his movies don't make a profit." That'd be your only movie.
It doesn't matter. Like if that was literally the how it went, I would be like, I made a movie that a million people watched. One freaking million people watched. Like that's crazy. I don't care if all 1 million of them stole it, and then
you could have made a movie and sold it for $1 and had a million people watch it, and you'd had enough money to start making another movie.
Maybe, but it doesn't matter. I also could have put a price tag of $1 on it and not sold one, and then no one watches it.
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen.
You don't know because so I make the movie and I put it out. And I'm like, you can make here's my movie. You can download it for free. You can donate $1. How much money am I going to make off a million views?
You're going to make a ton of money. A ton of people would donate $1.
All right. So there you go. But the people that
100%.
and that's exactly my point, and that's how I think all music should be in the first place. But there's obviously marketing, like you said, with movies and all kinds of production that goes into music, and that's why it can't be that way. But my point is that if I make something and I say, this is what I made, I want you to enjoy it, and if you want to pay me for it, that's fantastic. If not, it's still yours for free. And if I did that, like you said, I would still make a ton of money off of it. I wouldn't make as much as I probably could if I made everyone buy it. But the point is that everyone is still going to enjoy it. Or not enjoy it, but everyone's still going to get their hands on it. Whether it's the people that don't have any money, that want to watch an entertaining movie, or the people that have the extra money, they're like, this is really well done. I want to help this person make another one, like you said. And that ultimately is the way that I think that movies and music should be made. Because if it was a Lord of the Rings movie in the theater, and I went into it and was like, this movie costs either you can go into it for free and go watch it, or you could pay $5 afterwards if you like it. I guarantee you that every movie that I've gone into the theater and come out and been like, that was a really good movie, I would still pay after the movie was over.
Yeah, you would.
Right.
Because you might be a decent person.
Yeah.
But if 1 out of every 100 people puts in the $5, there's not another Lord of the Rings movie. It doesn't happen. No one would make the next one. Nobody would fund it. No one would give them $200 million to make a movie that doesn't make a return on its profit. Nobody. You're not going to, lately, the film industry, since, I don't know, it's probably been the last 7-8 years, has been going downhill steadily, right?
Right.
They're not taking risks anymore on movies. They don't have the extra income coming in, and they still make a ton of money on their movies, right? But if they made that extra however many dollars from those 500,000 copies that were downloaded, they could take another risk into like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Right.
But instead, no, they make a fucking Battleship. That's what we get, Battleship.
Which should be even more of a risk because it was terrible.
Well, that was under.
It was
contract,
absolutely god awful. It was
They didn't
probably
make it just to make it. I don't think. I think there was some contract or something.
yeah, there was.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that movie made a profit. It probably didn't.
I don't know.
To be honest, I don't know. For me, man, stealing is stealing, and obviously, I can't convince anybody. I can't stop anybody from downloading movies. I'm just saying.
I'm downloading 10 things right now.
I don't download music. Like, I'll download an occasional CD, right? If I really like it, when I have some extra money, I would, especially the next album, I would definitely buy the next one. I don't usually go to shows, you know, but I used to. I just try not to download stuff, man. For me, it's stealing, is what I see it as. It's
stealing.
Because they're going to really dumb places.
You can definitely define it that way. Anything that has a price tag that you don't pay for, obviously, you can define that as stealing, no matter what it is. No matter, it doesn't matter. That's like saying, well, my neighbor didn't put a password on his Wi-Fi, so I use it. Well, you're stealing it. That's his dumb fault for not password protecting it. But at the same time, you're still stealing something that he pays for. Right.
Yeah, but now, what if he had a warning every time you logged on his Wi-Fi and said, "If you steal my Wi-Fi, you will be prosecuted"? Then it's stealing.
It's still stealing either way. Whether
he could.
It's still I'm not talking about charges. It's still stealing either way, right? So the fact that it's not yours and you're using it makes it stealing.
No, that doesn't qualify as stealing. If
That's
someone
like
leaves their Wi-Fi open, knowing that people will use it, then it's not stealing.
No, that's like the grandparents in the apartment above you that have no idea that they even have Wi-Fi on their router that you use to play
stealing because they can
stream Netflix to your Xbox.
Yeah, but they also
that's still in the same
they also don't know how to use the internet, so it doesn't matter. Someone should use that bandwidth.
Right. All right. Anyway, enough talk about that. I think we beat it around the bush and upside down.
Yeah.
Let's move into the second topic. We're going to talk about crazy people. So I'm not even sure who's still hanging out, but we're going to talk about people that go to great lengths and measures to get places and do things that they want to do, or places they want to be, whatever. So I don't know if you guys heard, but this week there was a kid who lived in California who wanted to see his mother, who was in Somalia, and he actually got onto an airport in California and climbed into a jet's landing gear, and he was on the airport for he was on the airport for around 6 hours before the plane even took off. So he was in the plane, on the grounds for about 6 hours. Then the plane takes off. He lands, I guess in Hawaii, where they found him or something, because somebody on the runway found him. But this kid, all he wanted to do was get to, I guess, Somalia, but he couldn't afford a plane ticket to see his mom. So it's just, I don't know. I feel like that some people will go through and go to ridiculous things and measures to do what they want. You guys heard anything remotely close to something as crazy as that?
No.
Well, no. First off, let's talk a little bit more about this kid. First off, he should be fucking dead. There's been a few people who have tried this, and most of them have died. It gets down to negative 80 degrees or something at 38,000 feet, and there's very, very little oxygen. The kid passed out at 10,000 feet and it was flying at 38,000 feet for 5 hours with little to no oxygen and negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit weather. He should be dead.
Right?
But he's not dead. He's still alive, and he woke up a couple hours after the plane landed, stumbled out of the landing gear, and started aimlessly wandering around the tarmac of an airport, right? And then they finally picked him up, and they're like, "Where did he come from?" And they find out he comes from the plane. Called the other airport, "How did this happen?" He wasn't super young. He was definitely a teenager.
But 15, maybe.
I don't know exactly how old he is. Old enough to know that you shouldn't ride in the landing gear area of a plane.
Have you ever seen? What movie was it?
And there's no charges being pressed on him either. What he did was completely legal.
How? He didn't pay for a ticket.
Not.
No, but you don't pay for a ticket to ride in a plane.
That's stealing.
You pay for a ticket for a seat in a plane.
So you're telling me if I walked into Pittsburgh International Airport, I could be like, I'm not here for a seat. I'm here for part of the cargo bay. And they're like, all right, go ahead in. And they're like, lead me down to the belly of the plane, and I can just lay in there.
I just don't think they can do anything about it because they don't have a policy implemented against it.
Dang it, we forgot to
No.
write in you can't ride in the landing gear in our policy.
That'll be in there now.
Right?
No riding in the landing
we
gear.
can prosecute anyone that rides in the landing gear of our planes. No, there's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Commando from the 80s where...
Great movie.
You remember at the beginning whenever they send him on the plane to Cuba to kill the guy, or Panama or whatever, and he knocks the guy off in the plane, and then he like crawls down through, and before the plane takes off, he's like hanging onto the wheels in the landing gear when it goes down, or before it goes up, and he jumps and falls off into the swamp. It's awesome. It's a good time. You should watch that movie. But
Dude, movie is dope.
don't download it.
Don't download it. To be honest, that movie's had its run. If you can find that movie and download it, feel free.
Right. Yeah, that's from like 1985.
Yeah, they've already made their money back and plus some.
Yeah.
So wait, let's go back on that real quick. If a movie's old like that, are you allowed to download it, Billy? If you can't find
It's
it
just
in
like
stores
the
or
movie is just
Netflix
like public domain now, is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, David did make a good point that he did trespass onto the tarmac. Like any kind of outside of the airport's basically only authorized personnel.
I just go to try to get in the landing gear. They're gonna take me away.
Right. You're running across the tarmac towards a plane. They're probably gonna shoot you.
How did he do that?
I feel like he could probably get in trouble at the airport he left from for trespassing, but then a plane brought him into the second one. It's like he had permission almost.
He was on board the aircraft, so technically.
I don't know. I think they just decided not to press charges because just how crazy it was.
Right.
And he lived.
Yeah. They're like, he could have been dead. That's good enough.
It's like the Will Ferrell meme. I'm not even mad. That's amazing, or whatever it is. I can't even remember. Oh, what is it? Oh, I look like an idiot.
Yeah, you are. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean that.
But like, there's been plenty of other things like that. I'm trying to think of off the top of my head that I've seen in the news. People walking crazy distances to get to their family and other people like that. Like, I mean, what's the craziest thing that you would do?
I know of a person, right? And he was an acquaintance of mine in high school. He didn't go to my school. I don't really know him well personally, but he got really fucked up one night on all sorts of drugs, and he was just like at this party and told his friends like, "Listen, guys, I'm leaving to go be Batman, and I'm gonna clean up the streets." And he just started walking away, and they're like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." He didn't come back. He got picked up by the police walking up the freeway, picking up trash along the fucking road. He was literally cleaning up the streets and got arrested.
Why?
And they called the place that he lived, like the house they were at. He got the number and called, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to come pick up your friend." And they found out what he was doing. That's ridiculous. That's the craziest thing I know of, personally, of someone so determined to keep the streets clean and be Batman that they picked up the trash.
I don't know, man.
Idiots.
I don't think I've ever heard of something crazy like that.
I don't know what he was high on.
So, okay, so say you're here where you are now, right? And your long lost love is in Europe. You didn't have any money and you had to get to Europe. How would you get there?
Ask for money.
I wouldn't. Fuck her. I'm not a crazy person.
No, you are a crazy person in this scenario. How do you get there?
Landing gear and hope I live.
Dude, like I would probably try and stow away on a ship.
How would you get?
And
How would you
hope
get to
it
the
goes
coast?
Europe.
If you're in Wisconsin, how do you get to the coast? You walk?
No, man, I'd fucking hitchhike.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
People take you there.
Look at this mug. People they
Will take you there.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could easily get to the coast. If I had to.
Okay,
I mean, I could hop in my car, drive, and just steal gas on the way there. It's not like it would matter. They're not going to catch me in time. I'm going to Europe, motherfuckers.
So you just keep stealing from the gas stations on the way to the coast from there, and you don't think that the police would catch you by the time you hit the coast?
Nope. I fly like a bat out of hell.
You would get caught.
No, I
I
wouldn't.
don't think so.
The police would definitely catch you. That's like, yeah,
Dude,
you
by
would.
the time like they could file a report and the police would know what they were looking for, I would be in the next state. Like, what would they do?
So why doesn't everybody do that whenever they drive across country?
Because they want to come back, probably.
Yeah, but these people are gonna stay in the country. Like they'll get caught eventually. I'm going to Europe. Like, what do I care?
But are you gonna stay there? You're not gonna ever want to come back?
Now he has
Not
to.
if, that's,
He just
not if that's where my long lost love is.
But what if she's in an extradition country?
Like, why is she gonna get extradited?
Not her.
no,
you.
you.
Dude, they're not gonna file federal extradition charges for someone who stole a couple $100 worth of gas.
They might.
Like,
Dude, I had a freaking sheriff warrant officer come try to arrest me for not paying a parking ticket. I think that they're going to take gas a little serious.
yeah, they're gonna be like, this guy didn't pay at the fucking pump for a tank of gas. We gotta send planes and helicopters and FBI agents.
They would if you did it
Istanbul
12
to get
times.
his ass.
If you filled it up 12 times and didn't pay.
Dude, where do I
Still
live that
not
I have to fill
enough.
my tank 12 times to get to the East Coast?
What?
Like, why would I ever have to fill my tank 12 times?
Because you drive like a tank.
Dude, I
Then they're
can
gonna-
get from Wisconsin to Florida in 3 tanks of gas. I could drive from the middle of Russia all the way across the United States on 12 tanks of gas if I wanted to. If there was a bridge. But there's not.
If there was a bridge. Shoot, that's funny.
But yeah, man,
Alright.
I'd stow away on a ship, preferably an electronics ship, so I can play with iPads. Later.
Just your opening boxes down in the hall. the people come down and they look in the container. You're just like chilling in there with all these open boxes. What the heck are you doing here? Playing with
That's
iPads.
like the only way to be able to get to Europe is just to jump on a ship. There's like no other way unless you want to get on a plane.
If you want to
like
hang in the landing gear.
There's like no other way. There's plane and ship. It's the only 2 options you have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless you
Zip
steal
line.
money. Zip line.
Could you imagine a zip line from the United States to Europe?
You know how high you would have to
Do
be in
you
the
realize that
United
you'd have to
States
just be you'd be strapped in and knocked out while it's zipped across the thing? Like they would leave
No,
you
you get
awake
your
for the
own
first like
oxygen.
3 minutes, maybe.
Get your own oxygen mask, like you're a fighter pilot.
It would take so long to get there. Like you'd be like, wow, all right, now what do I do? Now what do
You
I
could
do?
realistically, you could walk to Alaska and then take like a small boat over to Russia and then walk from Russia all the way to Europe. Well, technically Russia is Europe, but like to continental Europe.
Oh
Could
man,
do
okay.
that.
Freddie, how would you do it?
I don't know. I had said there's only 2 options. There's a ship and boat, or ship and plane. There's like no other way to be able to do that except for save up money and buy a plane ticket, or buy a boat and just go there yourself. Right? I can't think of anything.
Huh.
I'm not a crazy person. I don't.
I'm
have
not
to
a crazy
dude.
person.
You could steal like a private jet.
And who's gonna fly that? Because I know I'm not.
Clearly, you in this case, you're a crazy person, so you don't realize you can't fly.
You
it.
realize that flying is super easy until you have to land, right?
Or you start getting shot at by missiles coming right at you, and I.
Dude,
If
it's
you
not
steal-
Grand
if you
Theft
steal a
Auto. We're not
private
stealing
jet-
this private jet
Yeah,
from
if
a
you-
military
Yeah,
base.
what do you think we're
Oh,
in
but I start
GTA?
going- Okay,
You're stealing a
first off,
fighter
I
jet
don't
out
have a
of
map
the
to
military
Europe.
base?
Unless there's a map in the thing to Europe, I'm gonna fly over some other countries by accident, and they're gonna be scared that it's a U.S. plane. They're gonna be,
Freddie.
oh my god, shoot
Nah.
it down, and then I'm gonna get shot down.
You would have to go the entirely wrong direction to fly over any other country besides Canada before you made it to Europe. Like you would have to fly the wrong way
He's like
But there's
flying
no
over
map.
water
How do
like
I
I
know
don't
which
know where
way
I'm
to
at
go?
right now.
I'm
because there's a
scared.
compass in the plane, and you know that Europe is to the east.
The compass is broke.
Oh,
I
really?
punched
No.
it by accident. I like punched it. I was like, damn, how do I fly this thing? I punched it and
So-
it broke.
In this situation, you clearly are a crazy person.
Yes.
You just punched the compass for some reason. Anyway, but yeah, I would stow away on a ship. I think that'd be the best way to go.
Ah man,
I think
that's funny.
I should just build a zip line like Billy said, or so like a really high tower and jump off with like a parachute. Hope I make it.
Yeah. Do you realize
You're
that
gonna
if you wanted
parachute-
to build a zip line to get to Europe, you would have to get there
Oh
first
my
to anchor
gosh.
the zip line?
I like his parachute option better. He goes
Yeah.
he goes a mile in the air and then just jumps off and hits the parachute and tries to coast across the Atlantic Ocean. He gets about a mile and a half out into the water and is like, oh god.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe I should've built a
if
zip
he
line.
jumped from a mile up, he'd make it probably like 5 miles or something.
Yeah, exactly. Wait,
no, see,
unless
I'm pulling back on both thumbsticks. I'm going even
oh
farther.
no, what you should do, you could pull out one of those squirrel suits and you jump from like a mile up and you have the squirrel suit and you just coast. You'd probably coast an extra 10 miles.
No, they got a 3-to-1 ratio. You go 3 feet for every foot you drop, so you'd only go 3 miles.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you get a wind fan. Yeah, see, there you go.
What
So
is
wait.
a wind fan? You just
That's
made
what-
that up.
That's what Halsey said. A giant wind fan. It's like it's like a giant fan on your back with a parachute.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So at
Yeah,
this
see,
point,
when
I
would
say
go
it, it's
far
dumb.
enough.
At
but
this
if I
point-
say it's Halsey, you're like,
no,
"Ah,
At this point, why don't you just use a regular hot air balloon at that? Like you go up on
Where
a
am I
while
gonna
up in the
get
air
a
and then
hot air
just jump.
balloon?
Where are you getting a wind fan?
Yeah.
Like just take a plane at this point.
built it. I can't build a hot air balloon."
All right, I just want to mention before we move on to the last part and into the trivia that Nick said he wanted to mention the Navy SEAL in the squad that fought the 50 Taliban. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was like, I think that was last year, I want to say. Maybe a little bit before that. But there was 9 SEALs like surrounded in like, I think it was in the Middle East somewhere. And they were like down in a valley somewhere. And they actually fought off over 50 Taliban with only 9 of them, which was pretty crazy. And they had a lot of different I think the story was like super intense, or it sounded super intense from what I read. I don't know if you guys heard about that or not. Did you?
No.
You didn't?
Did you hear about it was like a Navy SEAL or something, and he got shot in a parking lot, and the guys drove away, and then he hopped in his car, plugged his bullet hole with his finger, and chased after him to get their license plate number, and then just drove to the hospital with his finger in his bullet hole, get it patched up. Like, didn't even give a fuck. That guy's crazy. He should have called an ambulance.
Yeah, Nick just posted the link to that. Yeah, and I did hear about that, Billy.
Yeah, people
People are crazy. Like, people are literally crazy.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, if I got shot in a parking lot, I wouldn't chase anybody. I would just be like, oh, it's over, I'm done, and I would just lay down. It's game over, I quit.
Oh, sweet night. Come swiftly. I had a good life. Tell my mother I loved her.
Yeah. I never got to fly a hot air balloon to Europe. My
My giant wind
I
fan.
didn't get the parachute from a mile in the air.
Zip line.
Oh my
There
goodness.
was one story. I don't remember exact numbers, but it was a Marine sniper and his spotter that fought off a whole bunch of people in a town before because they got lost or something. I don't know exactly what happened. My friend told me about it. I can't find it now. I thought that was really cool. It was like 2 people fought off. It probably wasn't 50 because that's a lot.
Yeah.
But it was a good amount of people. Just a sniper and a spotter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of where it is though.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was crazy people, because people are ridiculously crazy and they'll do anything.
Giant hot air condom.
So we're going to go into my favorite part, and that is the trivia, which the people in the chat can play along.
David doesn't get any points for saying condom this week because he said it all last
After I
week.
say the question, maybe mute it. I don't know. I don't know how you can play along without knowing the answer ahead of time.
What do you mean?
Well, no, it's because like they're going to hear the answer if you say it. Well, I guess they wouldn't. I don't know. Whatever.
It's
Just
still
play.
gonna be my answer's gonna be delayed.
Yeah, play along if you want. All right, we're gonna go through.
Just their answers are gonna be like delayed, so the next question we have, we'll see their answer to the previous one.
All right, so there's gonna be some easy to then to hard towards the end.
You
Yeah.
don't say.
But this is going to be heads up, though, because we don't have a guest this week. I didn't even mention that at the beginning. We had no
Sorry to
guest
invite
this
someone.
week.
Door.
Hurry up and invite somebody for trivia? No, it's just you versus Freddie, because apparently you guys are the best ones. I don't know if that has something to do with you being a host or what, but...
No, we're just smart.
It probably just has to deal with average intelligence level
Maybe.
and silent Googling skills.
All right, so the first question is... What phrase is used by Jewish people to express congratulations or a celebration?
tov!
Wow, Billy, good job.
couldn't think of it.
That's a
Good job,
point for
Billy.
Billy. That was very good. That was very quick.
I was trying to think of the word, but
I was going to smash my glass while I did it.
Oh
but
my
I-
God.
Mazel tov! All right. Question number 2 is all proteins are made up of what type of acid?
Amino acids.
Oh, I give you a point, Freddie. You were right on top of that. You said it
Damn.
at the same time as Billy, but Billy also gets a point. Question number 3 is, in which ocean is Australia's Christmas Island located?
I don't even.
The Pacific
Atlantic.
Ocean.
-1 for both of you because it's neither.
The Indian Ocean.
It is actually the Indian Ocean, but you get another -1 for answering after you already guessed. So that you're back to
So-
That
0.
doesn't make any sense.
Back
I
to
didn't
0
know two
for
options. I didn't know Freddie was going to say the same one as me.
doesn't
But he
matter.
said the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I'll take another loss of a point for that retarded statement.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on, Freddie. You said the
it's
Atlantic.
the first one I thought of, man. Shut up.
You're like the complete opposite side of the planet from where Australia is.
Dude, I couldn't think. You said one. I was like, damn, that's the other one. I knew them too. I couldn't
Should've
think
said
of the other one.
Arctic. That'd have been fun.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Question number
Arctic
4.
Ocean. Yeah, 0-0.
Name 3 countries starting with the letter V.
Venezuela.
Nice. Okay.
Wait.
Wait. So if I do
There's
I
more
still-
than 3. You still have a chance.
Okay.
For everyone that you don't get, you
Wait.
lose a point.
What is it? Countries?
Countries that start with the letter V. You guys
Venice?
are botching this.
No.
Wait, what?
I can't. I
There's
can't
two.
think of any.
There's at least 2 other ones that are very, very obvious, and 2 that aren't that obvious. David gets a point for Vagina Land.
Vietnam. Right?
Yep, Freddie, that's
Oh,
1.
okay.
You get a point. Billy has 1 point. You have 1 point.
Venice isn't one, is it? That's not a thing.
That's. I mean, I won't take a point away
That's a
because
city.
you're still with the V, but that's a city.
Virgin Islands, are they one?
Yes.
Is that a country?
Yes.
That's not a country,
yes,
is
it
it?
is. It counts. Well, it's
guess,
technically not a country, but it's a province. It works. We'll take it.
So is
That's
there
cool.
another? There's another one then, right?
There's
You said there was
there's
3.
2 more. There's one that
Which
you
one?
probably. There's actually one that I don't even know if I've heard of, and then one that you're missing.
What are they?
Virgin Islands.
All right, said
-1 for Billy because Freddie already said that.
Billy was 0.
Halsey, you can have all 3 because you did get 3 of them.
Dude, what are they? This is
I can't
boring.
think of any other
Okay.
ones.
Virgin Islands technically aren't a country, Nick. They're a province. Anyway, Vatican City is a country. It's its own
Well, yeah,
country.
that's-
So that's one you're missing. And then one that I don't recognize out of the 5 is Vanuatu. Vanuatu. I don't know where that is.
Do a hike.
Yeah,
Billy's like,
everyone
yeah, I
knows
went
that
on
one.
vacation one year. I've never heard of that though. I did not cheat. I
didn't
said
cheat?
it before. Halsey said it.
They cheated and used the chat. They can't. Oh, I guess you
We're
can.
30 seconds behind. Yeah, we did take a long time, but the chat's like 20, 30
All
seconds
right.
behind.
It's true. And which TV series is a coffee bar called Central Perk and that's a favorite meeting place? Central Perk.
Sex in the City.
-1.
No clue.
I don't know.
Freddie, he lost a point, so you can just pass and get,
No,
not
fuck
gain
that.
anything.
If he passes, he loses
Yeah.
a point.
Nope.
Give me a point reduction. I don't know.
It's actually Friends. Would be the show Friends.
Oh, that show's really bad. So.
It is, but it's also in New York City. So it was either that or Seinfeld. You guys should have at least guessed that.
No.
Could have guessed How I Met Your Mother.
You could have, but that's no.
They don't
All
go.
right.
They go to a bar in that show.
David got it.
Here's another question. David got it? Where?
It said friends.
I didn't see it.
It says it right there.
I don't see it at all.
OMG, damn you all. To hell.
I don't. Oh, Friends is amazing. Oh, okay. Who was okay? This is here. Next question. Who was the Man of Steel responsible for the purges in the former USSR? This is an
Wait,
easy one.
what?
There was a guy his nickname was the Man of Steel
All right.
in the USSR, which is Russia, if you didn't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think both of us knew that.
Okay, so who was this man? He was responsible for purging the population, if you know what I mean. Oh, come on.
I'd say
Hitler?
Putin, but that's all. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't
Yeah, I'm
know.
trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember.
Freddie,
my
that's
Russian
not right, but I'm not gonna take a point away because
I'm trying to think of my Russian history that I've never learned. I don't know.
Billy, come on.
Go ahead.
Was it Chekhov?
No, but that's a good guess, so I won't take it away.
Two other people said
Everyone's saying
Three
Putin.
people.
Everyone's saying
And-
Putin. That's not. He
Hitler.
wasn't the Man of Steel.
Someone said Hitler.
It wasn't
Billy,
Hitler.
you got
There
one
wasn't
person.
Hitler. It wasn't Putin, and it wasn't Vladimir Putin.
I
It
don't
was
know.
actually Joseph Stalin. This is the person that went
Ah,
all the way
yeah,
back to when it was
Stalingrad.
I didn't know that was-
Exactly.
I didn't know that was his name.
Joseph Stalin. Kvit Stalin, show us your marks. For 1 point, what is a necrophiliac?
Someone who has sex with dead people.
Oh, Billy with the
Damn,
1
Billy.
point. He knew about
I'm in that
that.
club.
He was
Wait.
wait, what?
Having sex with dead people is actually illegal in Wisconsin. It's not in many states.
Man,
That's
how about
illegal.
that? The last question of this segment. These are the questions that are worth 1 point. What is the name of the cartoon starring Charlie Brown?
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Both of you can have a point. That was good.
How did we? Oh, I
Both
couldn't
of you.
think of it.
Both
I was
of you
gonna
can
say
get a point.
nuggets or something.
Nuggets. I would have taken 10 away.
Could you also have said Charlie Brown: A Christmas Story or whatever that one was?
No,
called?
it's just called Peanuts.
It is a separate cartoon.
No, it's Peanuts. The
Yeah, I know.
cartoon's Peanuts. So
I like NCAR. I learned something in history class. We say the right answer, so I hadn't learned anything in history.
right. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're gonna pull up the second part. Let's see here.
What's the score currently
points.
at?
Yeah,
I think I got like -10 or something.
No,
I think
Billy.
I got like 4.
Billy, I think you have
Billy's
1.
good.
Freddie has like 3.
3. Okay.
No. All right. Here we go. Go to this. All right. Where's the? Oh, here we go. Wow, these are hard. Those are worth more than 2 points. Oops. We're gonna have to find a little bit easier ones for that one. Sorry, I had those already, but that's not gonna work.
Freddie's boss. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm a boss, or does that mean he's my boss? I don't know.
All right, we're gonna get. Oh, look at this.
Man, Jan.
Jen's here to play trivia. Man, these are hard too. Some of these.
Stark, I have a trivia question for you.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
What is dark matter responsible for in the universe?
Dark matter, black holes.
I have a question for you.
You
What
lose a-
color does diamond dust make?
Black.
Colorless.
Black.
Scientifically proven, Jan.
Oh man, that's funny.
Technically,
Look it up
black
on the internet.
isn't a color,
Don't say that.
Yeah,
It is the absence of color.
Yeah.
thus being colorless.
Oh man, so some of these questions are so freaking.
Well, if that's the case, then I said colorless before you
hard.
guys said black.
You guys are
and gold.
never
That's all
gonna,
I'm saying.
never gonna get them.
John, can you hurry up?
I gotta find a different set of 10 questions because these
okay,
were.
whatever. Next week on SBKL is going to be Billy week. Billy's going to be the host, and Billy
It's
gets.
true. And that's a game where I actually have to pick.
So me and John will be the trivia guys. Billy's got to get
Oh,
the host. Billy's
I'm
got
gonna be so ready for this. Oh
Are
man,
you?
you guys have no idea.
See, we got to make it so that
Is that-
it's not a
actually
not
do it,
fun show. Like I had these questions ready, and then I actually looked at them, and they're
well, John,
way too
still
hard.
Get your stuff ready, but just in case Billy doesn't come through.
Right?
But Billy, try your hardest, man. That'd be fun.
Oh, you don't want me to try my hardest? I will crush you with questions.
No, it's not just questions. You got to think of the topics, and you got to get a guess.
Oh, fuck that.
All right, here we go.
Billy week.
Here we go. Ready?
You got to be John.
These questions are worth 2. All right.
2.
So Freddie's at
Alright.
3, and Billy's at 1. Which
Alright.
metal is heavier, silver or gold?
Gold.
Silver.
-1 for Freddie, +1 for Billy, and the score is tied.
Oh, damn.
So we're all tied.
Billy.
Actually, no. That goes down to 1, and Billy's now at 3.
The
So
score's
it flipped. It flipped right back.
Oh, that's not.
Yes.
So question number 2. How many legs do butterflies have?
6.
Ready?
6.
You don't get a point, but you don't lose a point. Billy gets 2.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an insect.
Which is the country with the most people? For 2 points.
China.
What'd you say, Freddie?
China.
Yeah, both of you get 2. So that's 5 to 3. Which state is the biggest in the United States?
Alaska.
Texas.
Alaska, -2 for Freddie.
Is it really
Plus, yeah,
Alaska?
+2 for Billy. It is.
Are you sure?
Which country has the largest area of land?
Russia.
+2
Yeah.
for Freddie. None for Billy.
Damn.
Good job.
Oh,
Which
wait, how many do I know?
that's you're back up to 3. Which country hosted the 2008 Olympic Games?
China.
+2 for Billy.
Oh, nice.
Yep, good job. Which indoor sport is the most popular in the United States?
Basketball?
Yeah, it's probably basketball.
Yep, +2 for Billy, none for Freddie. So you didn't lose any either, so that's good. Which golf player's mother is from Thailand?
Tiger Woods?
Did you say Tiger Woods too, Freddie?
Yeah. Am I low? Do I need to turn
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
You both
Okay.
you both get 2 points.
I'm
What is
a little-
another name for the aurora borealis?
Northern Lights.
Oh, really? Is that what that is? I
It
heard
is.
Aurora. I was like,
It is.
Damn, Billy. Did you give him the questions?
I didn't. That's another 2 points for Billy. Okay, these questions are going to be worth 5. We're going into the last section here. So where are we at? You guys keeping track of your scores?
I have
I'm
5.
like 32 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have
I
5.
no, I really did get like. I guess I'm probably
David-
not that. I'm probably
David
in the
gets-
20s.
David gets 10
So
points
much.
for
You still got
saying
one.
vagina lights.
Vagina lights. That's funny.
There's only
What is
10
the
questions.
most common non-contagious disease in the world?
Flu?
That's very
Uh-oh.
contagious.
Yeah, say like
Oh, wait. I mixed up what you said then.
most
did
common
you say?
non-contagious disease, probably heart disease in the United States.
I mixed up the words. I don't know.
Most common?
Is it
No,
heart
you're-
disease?
You're thinking of you're thinking too technical. It's common. Like this would be like something that everyone.
Obesity.
That's a good guess, so I won't take points away. But it's actually going
I
to be
don't
tooth decay. Tooth decay is the most common disease in the United States or
I know it
in
was
the
a
world.
disease.
You said the world.
World, yeah, that's what I meant. The world.
Oh, in the world? Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the world, if it's a disease, it's probably heart disease. Or obesity. It's considered a disease.
What instrument did Miles Davis, the famous jazz musician, play?
Saxophone.
The trumpet.
Billy +5.
Billy, how do you know that?
That's
Gonna defeat
this
me
is
this week. Good
this
job,
is some
Billy.
good. This is some good some good trivia.
Don't
What
worry,
are
there'll
some
be a question worth
old-ass
20,000
questions?
points that I'll get wrong. And I'll
In what country was golf first played?
What?
Scotland.
+5 for Billy. Billy's on top of these. He's
I
all
missed
over
the
these.
question, but okay.
I won't take points
I
away
didn't
from
get
you,
it right.
Freddie. This is
I
the
wouldn't have got it
no,
right.
the no points taking away stage.
Unless it was the other way around. Billy would get everything.
Which sport is it that you can be out leg before wicket or hit a 6?
Cricket.
Freddie, did you
Oh.
say something before that?
No, I didn't say.
5 points for Billy. Billy's running away with it. This is gonna be we're gonna go into double jeopardy. It's gonna be like 30,000 to 6,000, like on the TV show. Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Michelangelo.
+5 for Billy. Oh,
Oh my
Freddie.
god. I was paid off this week.
Which famous person was the teddy bear named after?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Doggone it. I gotta think of some questions that Freddie might know. Freddie, what's the capital of Maryland?
Annapolis.
+5 for Freddie.
You
No,
asked him
that's-
specifically. That's hilarious.
Don't ask me any other state because I won't know.
Oh my gosh. Freddie, what colors are on the Maryland flag?
I'm black and yellow.
+5 for Freddie.
Don't ask these questions; they're too easy.
Oh, sorry. In which sport do you use a sand iron?
Never mind. Go back to the other question.
Golf.
+5 for Billy.
Oh my.
I don't even really know anything about golf. I just know you use irons and there's sand involved.
Oh my god.
All right, going into the final 2 questions. So I don't know where we are with
I don't
the
either.
points.
Billy's just destroying this.
I think I'm winning.
This question, if Freddie gets it right, you will be tied. That's how much.
Yes.
That's how many points this is worth. Okay. That's how many points.
Hey
this
John,
question's
that's a
worth.
nice hoodie. Give me
Well,
a
what
good
if Freddie
Thanks,
gets
man.
it wrong?
If Freddie gets it
question.
wrong,
The next question will be worth even more.
exactly.
Okay. What if I get it
Um,
right?
Is Halsey really trying to tell me about golf? I was the captain of the golf team. You don't need to tell me what the
Yeah,
this-
it's a
what
sand
the
iron or a sand
yeah. You don't
wedge.
need to tell me what it's called. I'm just reading the question. This guy, you're gonna have to wait
Oh,
another
like,
3 weeks
I'm gonna
before you come
purge
back
him.
on the show.
I can't do it.
All right, you ready? This is pre final Jeopardy. What is the smallest ocean in the world?
The Arctic Ocean.
I
Ready?
hate everything. I'm gonna say Arctic because Billy's
Okay.
probably right.
You don't lose any points. Billy is right. Okay, so this is the final question. All right, now you know what? We're gonna take a Jeopardy timeout as I'm gonna find the final question. This question is for Freddie only. Okay.
Okay.
Freddie only. What material is a rhinoceros's horn made out of?
Really?
Yep.
What is that stuff
You're allowed to
called?
use Google.
That's not fair.
Answer?
That's not fair. I don't know. I can't think of what it is.
It's made out of fucking ivory.
That's it.
Billy
That's-
answered the question, and then therefore the points transfer over to Freddie because it was a question
Even say how many
only
points
for
it was
Freddie.
worth.
I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, it was in fact iron. I mean iron. Yeah, I was thinking of his horn. No, it was in fact ivory. Yeah.
It's
Alright.
like soap. Kidding. Damn it, Billy. Good job.
Putting up an awesome performance this week in the trivia.
They were hard questions, man. Well,
I
they were like
mean,
in my time zone. Like, there was a lot of old questions on there.
okay. This is going to be a math question for the win. Both of you are tied at 40,000 points. The question is for the win. If you draw one card from a normal deck of cards, what is the probability or percentage that it will be a jack, queen, king, heart, or diamond?
In Stark's words, 1 and 2.
Billy, you get plus 2 points for answering it correctly, but not yet.
Whoa.
So
It's
we're
gotta
looking
be
for a
what,
percentage. We're looking for a percentage here.
What are the options to draw? All the face cards plus the jokers?
It's going to be a jack, the queen, king, heart, or a diamond. So you got to figure out how many cards that is out of the deck that it could
Heart.
be.
Is it 8%? Maybe 8.6.
8.6%. Freddie, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
So wait. So it's
Wrong.
Jack, Queen, King.
And that's it.
Right.
Jack, queen, king, heart, or diamond.
Heart or not. Oh, I see why. No. I don't know. 50-50. Either you get it or you.
That's right. Freddie, I'll give you the extra 2 points as well. You guys are still tied.
I don't know, man. I don't want to do the math.
Yeah, I thought I did it right. I must have. I
Okay,
don't know.
so how many? Since neither of you are going to take home, well, actually, I'm going to give you another question since you both failed so epically. But okay, so there's 52 cards in a deck, correct?
Yeah.
Because you don't count
Yeah.
the jokers. There are how many jacks, queens, and kings? There's 4 of
4
each, so that's 12. All right.
Yeah.
There are
Oh.
going to
I
be
thought you
20.
meant-
There are going to be 20 hearts and diamonds altogether. So 20 into 12 is
No.
32.
I
Yes.
thought you meant only like a jack of heart and jack of whatever. the
No.
other said. That's why I did
No.
6.
Yeah,
or
that's why I
52 by
said
myself.
jack, queen, king, a heart, or a diamond, which
Ah.
basically only leaves out the clubs and the spades, which is the extra 20 cards. So it was 32 out of 52, which is 61.5%. So that's
So
what
it
we were
doesn't
looking
leave
for.
out the jacks and the spades because you're still missing 3 of the face cards from the jacks and the spades.
Yeah, but those are clubs and spades, both of those. All right.
Wait, how many cards are there in a suit?
10,
14, right?
jack, queen, king,
No.
ace.
Yeah, with an A. Yeah.
Ace, yeah, because
13.
we're forgetting you had to
1
leave
to
out the
10.
aces and
No.
we're leaving out the
No.
aces.
2 to 10, and then. God, we're stupid. Can we go to the next question?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have to think of a freaking new.
Yeah, there's 13 in a suit.
There's a
Right.
All
But
right.
we left out the aces, so the aces of the other two still don't count.
Billy minus a million.
God.
Not
It probably still have more points than you, Freddie.
All
right, anyway,
I'm gonna-
continue.
I'm gonna find.
Yeah.
I gotta find a new Final Jeopardy question because of how bad that was for you guys. All right. I don't even know who that is. How am I supposed to give that? I don't even know the answer to that.
If you knew all the answers to these, then we wouldn't have any questions.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I do. It made sense in my head, and when I said it, I was like,
All right, here we go. Here's a card question, okay? This is going to be easy, and it's a multiple choice, so that you can't complain. Which car was the best-selling car in North America from 1992 to 1996? Was it A, the Ford Taurus, B, the Honda Accord, C, the Toyota Camry, or D, the Honda Civic?
Honda Civic.
Probably the Accord.
I hate you both.
No.
Neither of you are right, so we got to find another question. God, why?
What was it?
It was the Ford Taurus.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Dude, I was like 6 when that was going on.
I know that's the biggest, like the best years for the Civics though. And Honda. Damn it.
Yeah, but Honda
You
Civics
guys
have
suck.
never been the
You
best-selling car.
guys are supposed to be my
No,
my
It's
high-end trivia people.
Look, everyone's saying Civic.
Yeah, and you're all wrong. So minus 10,000 for everybody.
I was gonna say the Taurus too, but I hate that.
All right, Billy. I'm just gonna give this. I'm gonna give you a question that you should know and that you can win, so we can end this trivia show because Freddie's failing epically.
I want it to go on forever, so I'm gonna get it wrong.
All right, for the win and a sole share of the lead of all trivia winners, what is the shape of DNA known as?
A double helix.
Thank you, Billy. Billy, ding, 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 ding. Everyone, clap for Billy. Everyone, yay. Turn down for what? Yay.
Every time someone says turn down for what, I'm like, that's retarded. Like I live by the total opposite. Turn up for what? Like if I gotta get out of bed.
Hold on, we're gonna play it.
Yeah, it's good.
We're gonna play it in the stream because you turned down for what? Anyway, so that's all we have time for. Thank you for playing trivia. Next week, Billy's gonna be the host of the show, and I'm gonna be a guest. Well, we're all hosts, but he's gonna be the main host next week.
Stark's gonna set the show up. I'm gonna have trivia questions.
You're gonna have the topics too.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I probably won't.
You probably will.
Anyway, you're still gonna have topics. You're gonna turn down for what? So, thanks for watching.
Good guess too.
Thanks for watching. I thanks you from the bottom of my hearts. But anyone have anything to say? You guys, either one of you?
YOLO Swagathon 3001.
And as
It's
always,
muy bueno.